Hey Floss Tube, it's Robin, Thrifty Artist Stitching. Thanks for joining me today. I have got, it's been a while. It's probably been almost a couple months since I've been here. I'm actually going to have two videos back to back. Today is all about spooky stitching and Halloween. I have said since I started Floss Tube back in January, I'm not really a Halloween stitcher. Well, I'm embracing the Halloween stitching now because I went through all of my stash. I went through, old projects, and I pulled out all the Halloween, the pumpkins, the spooky stitching, which it's not a lot of spooky, but cute spooky. Fallish, So I just said, you know what? I'm embracing it. I put on my Halloween earrings. I got on my pumpkin shirt, as Laura says from Stitching by the Shore. It's pumpkin colored. It's not a pumpkin shirt. It's actually got cactus on it because it's a New Mexico shirt I got where my daughter lives. So anyway, we're gonna embrace the Halloween, spooky, autumn, fall, October stitching. I have 4 finishes. 2 of them are fully finished. 1, 2, 3 whips and a whole lot of plans and a whole lot of want to start. So we're going to embrace, and I got some haul. We're going to embrace the Halloween season. So let's get started. Okay, first off, my fully finishes. So this is the first one, and I don't think I showed this on my last one. I don't think it was finished yet. But anyway, this is Seasons of the Heart by Brenda Gervais with I Needle and Thread. And I do not remember what I stitched it on. It's a Be-Stitch Me 28 count. I do know that because most everything I stitched on 28 count. I don't remember the name of it, but if you want to know, let me know and I'll find it. I don't remember what it was. So anyway, I used all of the called for except the house. It was a more brown, okay, floss, itchy nose, let's get out of the way. It was more brownish, and the cover of the chart, it looked more yellow, so I just pulled a yellow, don't remember, something in my stash, some kind of overdyed. And then the chart calls for a paper tag that's in the book. The book comes with all 4 seasons. And you cut it out and you punch holes in it and you sew it on. But I just opted for stitching the word fall. I found an alphabet. I did this on my spring one too, I think spring or Christmas or winter. I don't remember which one. I found an alphabet on Pinterest and just charted my own. Spelled out fall. It's so cute though. And then I just finished it. I'm sew up 4 sides, cut a slit in the back, and then I covered it up. I think I'm going to stamp some words or stitch something and glue that on top of there. But I just finished it. I don't know where the fabric came from. Probably thrift store if I had to guess, because I do find a lot in thrift store. And then I put a 2025, which I think that's probably backwards. But anyway, 2025, just glued on a couple buttons to finish off the back. So that's my first fully finish. Yay! So now I can display. I actually need to decorate for fall and Halloween this weekend. So, and I didn't say, today is October the 4th. It's a Saturday. So there's my first one. All right, I'm gonna put this over here. I'm gonna scoot over here and lean it. And then my second one is a Lizzie Kate. I think the chart is called Boo Eek Hiss. And here's my second one. I finished the stitching probably last year, maybe. I don't even know if I ever showed it. So I wasn't sure how I was going to finish it. I didn't really want another little pillow. And I found this stand. It was a clock. It had a clock mechanism in it at Hobby Lobby on their clearance racks. That was, I think I paid $4 for it. The clock face is still there. I glued this in. Anyway, the clock face was still there. I painted over it just so it would be, you can see the numbers or anything through it. All the clock mechanism was missing. Nothing was in it. So this hole right here, that's where the clock mechanism was, but it was missing. So I think I paid $4 for this. But anyway, I finished it in a hoop. You can see the hoop. I just finished it in a hoop. I laced up the back of the hoop, and then it just fit inside this. Let me turn it sideways. It just fit. The hoop just fit. But it needed some kind of something. So I took the hoop out. You know, I dry fitted it first to make sure it fit. Took the hoop out, and then I glued on this mini pom-pom trim on the inside. I glued it on the inside of this, and then just slid the hoop back in. And you know, I don't even think the hoop is glued in there. I think it just fit tight enough. I don't think I glued the hoop in, but anyway, it's not coming out. I mean, I could probably yank it out, but anyway, I just thought this was so cute. It's kind of hard to see. Let me, I don't think I got anything white to put behind it. I don't have my board. So anyway, I'll sit it back over here. That is Lizzie Kate, Boo, and I think there's an eek and a hiss. I'm sure that the eek is I think the eek is an owl and the hiss is a cat. But I don't have the chart any longer. I sent it somewhere on its merry way. But it's so cute. And I love the finish. I was really pleasantly surprised. I wasn't planning it. It just did. So I'm going to sit it back here. Can you see? Yeah, you can kind of see it better there. So you can see how it stands. So anyway, I'll put it over there with the rest of the stuffs. All right, that was my 2 fully finished. Now I have 2 finishes that I need to do something with. I got the chart. Hold on. Somewhere. Sorry. Meant to get it. This is another Lizzie Kate. I can drive a stick. This is from what year? It doesn't say what year. But we know Lizzie Kate's been retired from designing for a long time. Yeah, I don't know what year. Oh, 2015. So 10 years ago. That's somewhere between 2012 and 2015. I kind of took a long hiatus from stitching for, you know, about 8 or 10 years. We moved from Alabama to Florida in 2012 and didn't stitch that whole year, I know. And then my in-laws moved to Florida for about a year and a half, and we took care of my father-in-law until he passed away. So anyway, I took a long hiatus from stitching until 2023, 2022, somewhere right in there. So anyway, this is Lizzie Kate. Not that you want to hear all that. Anyway, so I stitched this in a scrap from Be Stitch Me. It's called Wicked. It's the same fabric I used for my Zucca Pumpkin. And I don't think I ever showed Zucca Pumpkin framed. I'll have to, it's on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, it's on there. Anyway, this was a scrap of Wicked, and I used a purple, let me put it there. It's a DMC variegated. I think it's 4210. It's been discontinued, I think. Does that help? Yeah. Turn that light on. It helps a little bit. It kind of blows it out. But anyway, it's called Wicked. Anyway, I don't know what I'll do with this. I don't know if I'm going to frame it, make a pillow. I don't really want another pillow, but make a little ornament. I don't know yet. I need to get busy on it. Probably this weekend I'll fully finish it somehow. So that was the fully finished. I mean the finished. Whatever. You know what I mean. And then my 4th finish is my black cat from Satsuma Street. I was going to say Tiny Modern. Well, maybe it is Tiny Modernist. It's either Satsuma or Tiny Modernist, you know. I didn't do real good at getting past things. But anyway, there are some creative liberties in this because I did make a mistake on the hat or the ears or somewhere. So I did fudge some, but you'd never know it unless I told you. So anyway, this is, there we go, 28 count Periwinkle by Be Stitch Me. And black cat, it's so cute. I think Allie with Lost Our Needles is stitching this now. I think I just watched I think it was their last video, maybe the video before. But that's the true color of the fabric right there. So now I need to do something with this also in the next 12 hours, 24 hours, so I can get it displayed with my Halloween stitching, my Halloween decoration. So anyway, it turned out so cute. Laura at Stitching by the Shore, she stitched this. I'm sure many other people have, but it's so cute. So yes, I've always said, oh, I'm not really a Halloween stitcher. I'm embracing the Halloween stitching. So, okay, that's my fully finished, my finishes. And I have a few whips. So I decided, I was watching Jade, the 310 stitcher. She's a mostly full coverage stitcher. But she had said on one of her videos she wanted to start Halloween at Hawker and Hollow. So I said, I think I have that chart, and I do, which I know everybody's seen this. This is from 2017. Everybody's seen the Hawker and charts, and I have the Shores, Halloween, maybe the Christmas. I don't remember. There's 5 or 6 of them. I don't have all of them, but anyway. Of course, you know, this is a long-term project. So when Jade said, oh, I think I want to stitch it, I was like, oh, I'll stitch it with you. And then another girl on Instagram, her name is Chris, and I'll link her down below too. I don't think she has a floss tube. I couldn't find her, but she messaged me on Instagram and said, hey, I want to start too, or you want to start? And I was like, yes, let's stitch it together. So I posted it on Stitching by the Shore Facebook group and another Facebook group, can't remember, and 4 or 5 other people have said, oh, I want to start too, or I'm already stitching this. So there's a bunch of us. I don't know if the hashtag Hawkrun Hollow Sal, that's what I used. I don't know if that's for this one, but anyway, it came up on Instagram. I used it. So if you want to join us stitching Halloween at Hawkrun Hollow, please do. So I just got a teeny tiny start on it on October the 1st. I'm using 28 count Be-Stitch Me, not another sampler. And that's it. That's my sad little start. But this fabric's so pretty. I did order a half yard. Brandy had, there you go. Brandy had a ready to ship fabric. What, you know what I mean? They were ready to ship when I ordered it. So I looked to see what ready to ship fabrics she had. I ordered this one and one other one that I'm going to show in my regular floss tube. After I film this one, I'm going to film a regular that's not Halloween. And this one was the better one. It's, you know, it's modeled here and there, you know, it's, of course, you know, everybody says it's more modeled on camera than it is in person, which is absolutely true, but it's still, it's not way different. So I think this, it's similar to the called for fabric. Of course, mine's going to be a lot larger. The called for is 40 count, I think, and these 60-year-old eyes are not stitching 40 count ever. I can promise you that. So somebody asked me, was it on 40 count? Yeah, the first one is, the called for is 40 count Legacy from Picture This Plus. So on the back, if it's not too glary, I got it in the package. So it gives the floss, the DMC list, and then in parentheses is NPI silks if you want to do silks. I would love to have stitched it in NPI silks, but you can see the floss list. And my budget said, no, you're going to do DMC because you have all the DMCs. So I did. Also, in the chart, it gives you block placement. So you can figure out which, you know, if you just wanted to stitch 1 block or 2 blocks or 4 blocks or whatever. I know Megan at Georgia Girl Stitching, she's stitching she did stitch the Shores at Hawkrun, and she eliminated a few and rearranged them and made it her own. But anyway, I'm stitching all of it. So I love it. It's fun. I'm going to try to do at least 100 stitches a day on this during October. And we'll see. See how far we get. I have a new bag that I'm keeping it in. It's not really Halloween, but it's all I had that was close. And I also made this scissor fob. I'm going to show this on my regular floss tube because I saw somebody on YouTube making this kind. It is a little heavy, but it is so cute. But anyway, it's my new bag. And this is from Sisters Act 2, TWO on Etsy. Anyway, it's that. And then the inside of it's just modeled. So that was a New Start, and a whip, or whatever you want to call it. You know, it's all the same thing. So that's the first one. The second whip is, I've been working on this a long time, Jardin Privé Lady Halloween. And this is just the PDF printout cover photo, because I bought the PDF. And I'm stitching this. She gives floss colors are DMC 310, dark gray and light gray is what this shows. Excuse me, shows. And then there's an alternative for like all black, and then you throw in some oranges on her website when you order this. But I think it was Laura at Stitching by the Shore last year before last, whenever she stitched this, she just added a few colors. So I said, I like that too. So that's what I did. So, and if you've watched my channel, you know I had trouble with this girl's hair, this girl's hat. I messed it up. I had to pick out a lot. And anyway, this is where I'm at. I haven't done a whole lot of it in the last month. I think I did get, I started on her dress, and the bubbles in the cauldron, or above the cauldron, are DMC metallic. Her hair is a DMC metallic. See, it's purple. The cauldron is a blue. And then down here at the bottom, by her feet, and it's hard to see it on this one because it's so, here, let me turn it over. It's so faded because I've printed it out a long time ago. Anyway, there's a mouse and a frog down by her feet. The mouse I'm going to do in a DMC metallic, and the frog I'm going to do in a DMC green. I don't know what I'm going to do the mouse in. Maybe the light blue. I don't know. And then the black cat over here, right here, that black cat, I'm going to do that in a DMC black metallic. Just add a little sparkle to it. So it won't be finished this year for Halloween, I know, because there's still, you know, you like most everybody says, you say, oh, I'm just going to finish. I don't have but just this little bit. Well, you know, you do that little bit and you think, that's a lot of stitching. That's way more than you think it is. So anyway, I'll show it up close. I need to get my board because you can see that light right there shining through it, but that's okay. This fabric is a Bestitch Me something. Don't know the name. Oh, wait a minute. I got the name of it. Sorry. It is Sorbet Bestitch Me. So I have the DMC metallics. Hang on. I don't know if I can show this without them falling out. There we go. So that's going to be the frog. That's her hair. I think this was the cauldron bubbles. I don't remember why I had that one. Maybe that's what I was going to do the mouse in. And then that's the black. So that's some of the colors I'm going to use for those little. And the book, there's 3 books. I may do one of the books in aqua too. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just adding a little color here and there. So I doubt she'll be finished this year. There's still a whole lot of stitching. Her dress has got lots of stuff in it. Her boots or shoes are, and then there's a huge motif opposite of the cauldron over on this side of her dress. So a lot of stitching left. So I doubt I know I won't finish it this year, but that's okay. Next year, I fully expect to have it finished by next October. Okay, the third whip, which was also a start, is Tiny Town. Halloween Tiny Town, everybody's seen it. I wasn't going to stitch this. I wasn't wild about the trees, which I know trees are brown, but I didn't like the brown tree. I don't know. I wanted them black, so I thought, just make them black, Robin. So I did. And I'm using the DMCs. I'm not using any fancy floss or variegated. Although it would be very cute to have variegated pumpkin-colored orange houses. But I didn't have anything suitable, and I'd already pulled the DMC. Wasn't sure about the DMC for this right here, because you can see it's variegated here, as well as, I think this house is the same. And the DMC is a baby pink, but it looks good once you get it done. Now, I changed the fabric. This fabric the called for is 32 count legacy linen. I am using avocado 28 count by Be Stitch Me. You can tell I like her fabrics. I was in her Fabric of the Month club, and I have lots of them. So I'm using green because I love it for Halloween. So that's where I got to. And you can see that little pumpkin. It's pink, but it looks good. And the little owl's so cute. I got to put his eyeballs on. His eyeballs are, you see. Oh. Turn it sideways. See his eyeballs. I don't know if they're French knots or beads. I don't know. I hadn't looked that far yet, but I may do a bead. So that's where I got. And you can see this fabric, you know, it's very mottled. It's that mottled, but I think this will be so cute. I'm not going to make a drum out of it like the model. You know, this one has a model or a drum or a panel. I have a panel. If you watched, I think it was my last video, I did the Tiny Town Nativity, and I have a board from Paisley and Polka Dots. So I'm gonna do mine this way so I can change them out. And I hope at some point I'll have one, you know, for every month to change out, or every season at least, because I bought all the Tiny Towns. Yeah, I'll show that in my haul in my next video. So that's where I got to. So this one, I don't know if it'll be done before the end of October. I'm going to really try to concentrate on this one, but even just this, there's over 4,000 stitches in this. So, and I do good to average 300 a day since I work full time. So that's my 3 whips. I have some haul that is strictly Halloween. This is another, hang on, let me get this right here so I can show you. I don't remember who I saw making these on YouTube, but I Googled scissor fobs. And I would have never, ever, well, maybe not, maybe never ever is harsh, but I wouldn't have thought to put this many dangles on a chain and then hook it to a pair of scissors. It is heavy, but I'm notorious for dropping my scissors. I stitch on my couch. It's a reclining couch, you know, recliner on each end. And there's a gap where when I recline and the middle section doesn't, there's a gap about this big. Or this big, whatever. It's big. And I've dropped my scissors in it 1,000 times at least. So when I saw this, I was like, you know, yeah, that's a little heavy, but it is so, when I saw this, I don't remember who it was I found. It was a video that was 7 or 8 years ago. And I watched her, if I can find it again, I'll link her, but I don't even remember how I found it. Anyway, it's just eye pins. You add a few beads on it, put a loop on it, put a jump ring on it, add it to a chain, add the claw clip, and then I added like a, you know, focal bead at the end. All these, not all of them are glass beads. Some of them are, some of them are plastic. Just, I have a huge bead stash. My mother had a friend, my mother's friend passed away 7 years ago, and her husband gave me her entire bead stash. So I'll never run out of beads. When I die, my daughter will say, Mama had way too much beads. Anyway, I made this, and I've made, I think, 3 now. So this might be a side gig at some point. We'll see. But anyway, that's, oh, the scissors. I bought these scissors probably 20 years ago. Don't remember where, don't remember what shop. Back when I was stitching before I took my hiatus, early 2000s, you know, late 90s, back when we had internet forum boards before Facebook was ever invented, or social media was not a thing. It was Yahoo board forums, and you know, you posted on the forums and then people responded to you and you had this whole forum thread. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Anyway, I bought these. They may have been from Amy down at Sunshine Lane. She still has a shop online. She's in South Carolina. I might have gotten them for her shop because she was in our group at that time. There was, I don't know, 20 of us. We were called the Flossies. Long time ago. I still keep in touch with several of the ladies on Facebook now. A couple of them have passed away, but anyway, I don't know who the manufacturer of the scissors are, but you know, the spooky scissors. And then I have a Veriswa. I'll turn it this way. I was in Hobby House's Veriswa floss of the month. And you got 5 spools of a Veriswa. I did it for 5 months. And I found that I'm not using this floss. I don't know why. It's beautiful. But, you know, there's not I have to find a conversion, but I'm not a fan of the spool. You can put it on a floss drop. I'm a floss drop stitcher. You can put it on a floss drop, but then you got to do it from the spool, measure it out, you know. I just found that I'm not using it. And I've got 25 spools. I think I did it 5 months. I've got 25 spools of a Veriswa that I've never used. So I'm going to use these, but this was the last one. And I just dropped out of the club. I was like, you know, I'm not using this as much. Number 2 reason is because I'm in the Fat Quarter Shop Belsois Club, which I love that floss. So I got that too. Oh, I hadn't even opened it. I just got it the other day. It was my first one. Ugh. So you get 3 of these. It's like $20 a month, I think. Anyway, got these. In those, oh, they're so pretty. And this floss feels like it's so soft. And it goes through the fabric like butter. It is so nice. These maple leaf, pumpkin carriage, and poison apple. So these are, I'm gonna have to find something to stitch. I have lots of plans. So some of them I still need to pull floss for, so I'm gonna try to use these. And some of the Veriswas. Since I have these and I have so many spools of them, now, you know, the club, I don't think the club is open anymore. It was full. Now, if somebody drops out, I don't know if they reopen it or if they wait till next year. I don't really know. I had not ever done a Hobby House club, so I don't know how theirs works. Anyway, with the Fat Quarter Shop, you just go on their website, sign up for it. It's 99 cents to join, which is fine. I don't mind paying to join because, you know, they have to maintain their address list and, you know, all their bookkeeping stuff to keep everybody straight. But then it's like $20 a month, I think. I think this was $24 a month. I don't know. It's $25-ish a month with shipping for both of them. But anyway, I didn't need both of them. Well, what's need got to do with it, right? I didn't choose to stay in this one just because, like I said, I haven't stitched with this. I'm going to, but I haven't yet. And I may regret dropping out, but that's okay. I can always buy the spools myself if I want to. But this, I just love this floss. I don't have a whole lot of these, but I want them all. So, okay, so that is, oh, one more haul. I purchased this at Barnes & Noble or Books A Million. I can't remember where. But anyway, it's the 2025. And there's several in there that I would like to stitch. They're so cute. I can't remember. There was one. I don't even think it's on the cover. And I can't remember who I saw stitching. I don't know. Yeah, the chart's down here. That is so cute. Love it. Anyway, there was several in here. And I'm not going to sit here and go through the whole magazine with you. You can... I think Laura, Stitching by the Shore, I think she did a flip through. I think so. Either her or Helen D. One of the two did a flip through. Don't remember which one because I watched both of them, but I don't remember which one did the flip through. Anyway, that was one of them that I liked. So anyway, pick that up. And they used to have a page, I don't know if they still do, with all of the projects in it. What did I think? Oh, here we go. So here's, I know it's hard to see in this little thumbnails. Laura did that one, Stitching by the Shore. She just finished that one because it's on her last video. But they're so cute. Somebody else did that one. I don't remember who it was. I just saw. So had some cute stuff, so I picked that up. All right, I think that's all my haul. For Halloween haul, that is. I have other haul for the other video. So I will show that when I do my next video. Okay, plans. I have 3, 4, a lot. Some of these are older. Yeah, you just saw those bags pop up because there's a bunch of them. Oh, hang on. I dropped one. Okay, some of these are... What did I do on my iPad? Anyway, I'm just going to show you the paper. I don't have the color pattern, but this is Leela Studio. Summer Quaker, Halloween Quaker, Spring Quaker. She just came out a Christmas Quaker. I think it's Leela Studio. Anyway, you'll have to go look at her website if you want to see a color picture, because it's done on a grayish, and then there's black, and then there's a lot of color, like the little socks are different colors. But anyway, sorry I don't have a color picture of it. I thought I had my iPad. I don't know what I did with it for a picture. Anyway, you can Google it. Leela Studio, Lila. So that is going to be a new start at some point this month, and I'm going to do it on fabric by Be Stitch Me. It's called Spooky. It'll go this way. So it's going to go on this one. I don't know when I'm going to start it, but it's fully kitted up. It's ready to go. My floss is on floss drops. Got it all ready. Here's the floss toss, so you can see all the colors in there. So that'll be fun and exciting to get that one started. I don't know when. I'm going to put all these on like a decision wheel, and I'm going to spin that wheel. And I don't know if I'll do a new start. Today's already October the 4th, and I've had 2 new starts already. The Hawk Run Hollow and the Tiny Town. I don't know. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9. So I need to do the math of how many days. There's 31 days in October, so how many new starts that is, and plan out the days I'm going to do new starts. I don't know. Don't have a rigid schedule, just things I want to start. This one is a maybe start. If I do, I'm only going to do the moon, the black cat, and the house. I'm not doing the words, and I am not doing that border. I mean, the letters, words. Not doing the letters or the border. So I'm just going to do from here up. And this is a Blackbird Designs from a long time ago. Oh, 2009, Robin. It's right there. Stitched on the front. So a lot of these you'll see that I pulled out are from around the 2009, 10, 15-ish, because that's about, like I said, that's about when I stopped, took hiatus stitching. So that one is hopefully a new start, and this is a 28 count hand dyed by me. I dyed this. It's pretty dark. I hope I can see the holes to stitch on it, but I think this moon and black cat will show up so good on this, and the house, the pumpkins. I can't wait. So this one is probably going to be my next start. It's so cute. I love the fabric, even if I did dye it myself. This was just a white 28 count Lugana from something I had in my stash from back those years ago. Plain white, and I got out the Rit dye, and here we go. It was a little darker than I thought, and Lordy, I hope I can see those holes. I gotta have good light on this one, and I have very thick glasses. I don't know if you can tell, but anyway, I have very thick glasses because I can't see very well at all. I've worn glasses for years and years and years, and I stitch with readers, you know, on top here because I can't see the holes if it's a dark fabric, if they're small. So I hope I can see those. I'll have to have good light and probably stitch during the day. So that is number 2 plan. This one, I think This may be an out of print chart. I don't know. For some reason, I was thinking this was one of the coveted, can't find anymore. I don't know. I may be totally wrong on that. But her name is Olga by Plum Street, Paulette. She's so cute too. And I'm going to stitch all of that. All the letters. Look at that face. So cute. And I'm going to do this on 28 count macchiato from Brandy. Be Stitch Me. Yeah, you know, I like her fabrics. So I think that'll be cute. It's, you know, the model is on just plain white. So I'm not a plain white fabric. Very rare. Very seldom do I do plain white. Just because I can't carry my stitches behind it because you can see through it. So I like fabric that you can't see through. So that one's going to get started on that. Don't know when that'll get started. It's fully kitted up though, ready to go. So that's exciting. And I know I said this earlier, but 99.9% of mine are going to be 28 count even weaves. Because I can see it good. It's easy for me to see. The next one, this one is going to be, oh, this is a, it's called Ravens and Pumpkins and Cats, Oh My, by Carriage House Samplings. I don't think I've ever seen this one with anybody stitching this. This is from 2009. I don't know. That pumpkin is full coverage. That's a lot of stitches, and I hope I have enough floss. I don't think I do. For some reason it looks, I only have one skein of floss. That's not going to be enough, I know. Because the called for is on 40 count. I'm doing it on 28 count. It doesn't say that it needs 2 skeins, but they did it. She did it on 40 count, you know, many years ago. Yeah, I probably need to, because this is the floss I'm going to use. Hang on, where's my fabric? It's 28 count Meadows. You see it's got a little green tinge in there, but this is my floss. So for some reason I have, hang on, it's hung up on my ring here. For some reason I have 2 greens and a burnt orange and a cinnamon from the Gentle Arts. And that's what was called for. So it actually was stitched in Belle Soie, which now that I have some Belle Soie, I may change my mind on this. It gave a DMC alternative, a Weeks alternative, and a Gentle Arts alternative, and an NPI alternative. So there was a lot of alternatives, which is great, but there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors. And I think, okay, so the black and the zigzag and the letters, then there's some green and like a sagey green in the stem up there. And then that pumpkin is called Paprika by Belle Soie. I don't have that one. So I substituted it for burnt orange for that one right there. You think 1 skein's gonna be enough? Nope. So I need to order some more or find a different floss. I want to do it in a variegated because I like the way it looks. So this one I'll have to get, this will probably be like maybe a Halloween day start so I can order some more or figure out what I'm going to do. So we'll see how that one goes. Yeah, I have a note. Black 310 for the black, which they used Noir, which is the Belle Soie name. And then burnt orange for whatever that was for the pumpkin. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. That'll probably be the last of the month before I start that one. since I gotta get more stuff. The next one that I'm planning to do, oh, I didn't take the fabric out, hold on. Vanilla Latte is the fabric. Wrinkles, crinkles. Hang on, let me get it out of the fabric. I mean, out of the package. Throw that away anyway. Vanilla Latte by Stitch Me is what I'm gonna do this one on, I think. And it's just a creamy, got a little teeny tiny modeling. And this is Not Forgotten Samplers Halloween Queen. And this is from, don't know when. Anyway, Not Forgotten Farm. I don't know the date on this one. I don't see one. Oh, no. Oh, wait a minute. There's 2 pages to the chart. I was like, where is this? Where's the floss list? No, it doesn't have a date on it. I'm guessing this is from the mid-2000s too. Yeah, it's not on there. Anyway, I'm going to stitch her and probably maybe the border or what she's standing on. I'm not stitching the words because frankly, I can't read them on the chart. This is like somebody took a photo and then printed it on, you know, the chart cover. But I can't, it says something about it's so good to be the queen. I think that's what it says. It's really hard to read on the front. I can read the chart and I think that's, yeah. Oop, the actual chart. It's so good to be the queen. Here, I'm going to do this. Yeah, you can't even see it on that. So anyway, I'm not going to do the words. I'm just going to do the pumpkin queen. She's so cute too. So we'll see. I don't know when that's going to get started. I haven't pulled the floss on this. There's the floss list. It's DMC. Anyway, the model was stitched on 18 count and it ended up being 6 by 7.5, so it's not very big. So 18 count is what they stitched it on. I'm gonna do it on 28 count, so mine will be a little larger. So I'll put that on the decision wheel and decide when to start her sometime this month. The next one is Pineberry Lane Fancy Blacket, which is Brew. Just a small. This one calls for 36 count Lakeside Linens. DMC. So Pineberry Lane. I follow her. I get her newsletter. This was 2016. So cute. So I'm going to do this on a 28 count. No, 32 count. Hand dyed Oaken. And I think this might be a picture of this plus. I don't know. Oh, I had a scrap. I pinned to that so I wouldn't lose my scrap. This scrap may be big enough right here to do that little one. Or if not, I have another piece. So, but that's a 32 count, which is, like I said, most everything I do is on 28 count, but I like this. It's it is pretty modeled, but I think it'll be fine. So it actually, size-wise, is, well, it says 6 by 6 fabric for the pillow back. So it stitches up less than 6 by 6. Hang on, I'll tell you. If I can open it up. Doesn't say how big it is. But anyway, it's going to be small because it says allow 3 inches on all sides and then cut your fabric back for a pillow at 6 inches. Oh, duh, Robin. 6 by 6. So it's a small. I'm sure it's a 3 by 3 pillow. Mine will be a little bit because they said that was 36 count. I'm going to do it on 32 count. So mine will be a little bit bigger, but that's fine. And I may make that into a pillow, even though I don't really need any more pillows. I'm going to do just because I like that one. So that one's the new start coming up. The next one is another Pine Berry Lane. It's called October 31st. And this one calls for 35 count. And the same thing. It's for the pillow, it says the fabric backing would be 8 by 9. So this one would be a little bit bigger. Oh, I think this one's a pouch. Is that what this one is? Does that look like a pouch? I guess it is, since there's a handle on it and it's got greenery coming out of it. Okay, thought it was a pillow. I didn't even look at it. I'm not gonna make a pouch though. I don't know if I'll frame it or make a pillow. And this one's 2019 also. So that one's coming up, and I'm gonna stitch this one on, oh, it's a purple linen. I never stitch on linen, not much. You can see how thin it is. I think Jade, the 310 Stitcher, she's doing her Hawker and Hollow on a linen that's like this smoky purple. I was like, oh my goodness, because she was trying to do the same thing. It was so thin to see through it. She was putting something behind it, but I like the color, so we'll see. You know, it should be okay. I haven't pulled the floss, but it's DMC, and it says old gold, olive green, brown, gray, beige. Yeah, so it's just, you know, Halloween color, so I think that'll be cute. And I probably will make this one into a pillow. Frame it, I don't know, we'll see. Probably a pillow with this linen, because it's such a thin linen. And I don't know, it's a 32 count antique lavender by Witchell. Don't know where it came from. Probably probably a D-Stash purchase. I don't normally buy linen, so I probably got it with a group of something I bought and it came with it. Okay, 2 more. Little House Needle Works. Say that 10 times fast. Pumpkins for Sale. This will be one I start also. This is from 2009. So you can see when I kind of quit purchasing charts was around that time, because I quit stitching when I moved in 2012, pretty much. So anyway, this one, I've had it, you know, since that long. When I quit stitching around that time, I did sell probably 80% of my stash. Some of it I do regret, but, you know, live and learn. When I came back to stitching, I was like, oh, I wished I had some of that stuff back. I had Lady of the Flag. I have stitched it, but I had the pattern. But I would like to have it so I could share it with somebody instead of charging somebody $300 for it. But anyway, I don't have it anymore. So anyway, this one, I'm going to stitch this on this is a very old fabric. I don't know, it's a printed fabric. It came in a package. I think it was called Sponged. It was, you know, it's back when we used to do sponge wear. When you painted your walls, you sponged on another color. You know, that was back in the 90s, early 2000s. Let me put a piece of paper behind it because it's kind of thin. But it was called, I think it was called Spongeware. And it was it was actually a ribbon embroidery fabric. But you can kind of see it's kind of mottled. It's just a beigey, creamy mottledy, which the model was stitched on 28 count vintage light exemplar from Lakeside Linens. And so this is a 28 count sponged, is what they said. Mottled, creamy color. So that will be another new start. Put that on my wheel and spin it. Like I said, I need to do the math to see how many new starts I have and how many days or how far apart I need to do new starts to make sure I get them all started. So we'll get finished. And then one more I have planned. I have not pulled the floss. Boo to You, Brenda Gervais, with my needle and thread. I don't like white stitching, so mine will be a different color. I'm probably going to do more of a creamy color. I don't know if I'll do 3865 or if I'll do like a 712, not sure. I do like the black and white check, but I don't like white stitching. Now, with that said, I do have an Aversois white in on spool. Might try that. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it looks. But I'm going to stitch all of it. Look at her little socks. They're so cute. And I'm going to stitch it on, I think, this is the fabric I think I'm going to stitch it on. It's, I have no idea what count it is. Look, isn't that terrible? I hope it fits. Smart, Robin. You should have looked at the count. Anyway, it's just like a raw, natural linen. And like I said, I'm not really a linen stitcher, so I don't know if I will use this, but this color is probably what I will use. And I'm going to do a few test stitches on this, see how I like it. If I don't like it, like I said, I'm not a linen stitcher. I'm not fond of linen. I have one other project on linen that I just can't see it very well. My eyes are that bad. Even putting it in a hoop or a Q-snap to, you know, pull the fibers apart so you can see it. But all the uneven slubs on linen, I really have to be careful when I'm stitching on it. So I just most of the time choose not to. So anyway, oh, I haven't pulled the floss, but this is still laying beside me. Oh, these would be so pretty on this. So this will probably be, the pumpkin head. Hang on a minute. See if I got enough fingers to turn this around. Look at that. Oh, there you go. There's the pumpkin head. I don't know what the called for is, but that's what I'm using. What is the called for? Hang on a minute. I have it. Hang on. The called for the pumpkin head is Gentle Arts Shaker Fragrant Clothes, but I think that's a pretty darn good match. And then for the cheeks, you can see the cheeks are darker. Oh, how cute. So there's two of my flosses. This one, probably like see the centers of the flowers. Oh, the candy corn. Oh my God, she's got a candy corn necklace. I just noticed that. So the gold in the flowers and the candy corn, that's probably going to be that one. So I will list so I'm probably going to just do a floss conversion myself. And once I get it nailed down, I will write it down, and if anybody wants the floss conversion. So this is going to be 3 colors that I use as a floss conversion. So there you go. Cute, cute. Okay, that's all for the Halloween spooky fall stitching plans and finishes, fully finishes, the whole 9 yards. So anyway, I'm not going to do a life update on this video. I'll do it on my next one, my regular floss tube. So if you only came for the stitching, that's all you're getting this time. So anyway, that's all I've got. I'm going to get this video uploaded today. It's Saturday, October 4th. And then you'll see me with the same shirt on. I am going to take my spooky earrings off for my regular floss tube. I'm going to film it also, and I'll upload it probably Sunday or Monday. I don't know. Won't be long. But anyway, thanks for coming, and I hope I inspired you to get some Halloween and spooky stitching. See you later. Bye.